Hello and welcome to the We Should Move Here Travels podcast. My name is Brittany
I'm Josh.
and we are your hosts. Today we are going to be talking about Clifden and the Lough Castle.
Yeah, a couple amazing stops on our Ireland adventure, and we've been home for a couple weeks now recording, and I miss them both already.
Yeah, me too. These stops were truly amazing. After Teelan, we stopped at the Lough Castle.
hmm
And that was absolutely incredible. I wish we could have stayed longer, but it was pretty expensive to stay there just for the night.
hmm
So I'm glad we splurged a little bit and did it because staying in a castle just like hits a little different than anywhere else. I know sometimes I act like I'm a princess, but like I've truly felt like a princess.
This was one of your wish list items for Ireland, was staying in a castle.
Yeah. Well, we got to do it in Scotland. Well, it was an abbey, but it was basically a freaking castle. I just really appreciated that time in Scotland and I wanted to do it again. So
Yeah.
that was on my wish list. Yeah.
If I'm being honest, this wasn't quite the level of the Abbey. I think the Abbey, the setting, just the small town around it, Scotland in general just had a little more to it, but this castle was still amazing if you're looking for a place to stay for a
Yeah.
night or a couple nights if you have the opportunity to.
Yeah. Well, the Abbey in Scotland was right on Loch Ness, and it was more of like an Airbnb situation,
Mm.
whereas this was a castle that was converted into a hotel.
Yeah.
So it was really nice, though. The dinner, the accommodation, the bar area, everything was so beautiful and so delicious. I really appreciated the time here.
From the moment we stepped on the grounds, we were greeted by the staff who were very helpful. We went to our room, which was, like you said, stunning, comfortable, heated bathroom floor.
Yeah.
Oh, felt like true royalty with that.
We were living the life. We
for
were.
for the less than 24 hours we were there. Before dinner, we had some gin and tonics at the bar area
Yeah.
in like the fireplace bar room, which was super nice.
I will say this is one of the only times on this whole trip we got a little turned up. I mean, we had the gin and tonics, we had wine at dinner, which we paired with each course of the meal, and then we had a Guinness after dinner. So we were feeling pretty good at the end of
Yes.
the night.
Yes. But like you said, it was wonderful. Dinner was delicious. What did we have for dinner there?
So we had a couple different courses. To start, we had an amuse-bouche. We had a sliced carrot puree with sliced carrot on top. That was really nice. And then a lemon sorbet to cleanse the palate after that. And then for our appetizer, we had a seared Atlantic tuna, which was delicious. Oh, I loved it. It was so good. The outside was seared, the middle was raw. It was really, really good. And then for dinner, we had the roasted chicken supreme and the beef fillet, which again, delicious. Absolutely loved the roasted chicken. I would highly recommend that dish. And then for dessert, we had the chocolate fondant and rhubarb mousse. I remember really loving the chocolate fondant, which was like a chocolate lava cake, basically. And I love anything chocolate, so it was so good though. This whole meal, it was super fancy, a place where you knew that you were going to be taken care of, a place where I kind of felt like out of place a little bit, which I love putting myself in those situations.
Right.
Just because they don't happen very often. And sometimes it's fun to act like, I don't know, royalty. But that does not mean that you're not nice to your servers when you're acting like royalty, because the server was incredible. She had just moved from, where did she move from?
I wanna say Spain.
Oh, yes, it was Spain. So she was from Spain and she was doing like a work visa
Mhm.
kind of thing. And we got to know her a little bit. She was so kind, so sweet.
Really nice, and we've seen that on a lot of our trips now since we started the podcast, where young adults come from many different countries to do a holiday work visa or something similar and just save up money, explore,
Yeah.
and then once they've had their fun or they're ready to move on to the next thing, they go somewhere else or they go back home. So she said, I think she said she was going to try to be going to Canada next, if I remember correctly, too.
Yeah. She also said she wanted to come to the States. And we were like, maybe hold off until we get a different administration.
Wait till everything cools down a little bit.
Yeah. Because right now, like immigration, no way. I would never recommend somebody from another country to move here right now.
Well, it's just unfortunate because you're not 100% sure if, you're gonna be welcomed with open arms, even
Yeah.
if you come about legally.
Yeah.
So, unfortunate, but regardless, staff was fantastic. Really great place to stay. The next morning, we woke up and we took a walk around the grounds,
Hmm.
in the gardens, along the lake. Wonderful.
It was so beautiful. No, it was stunning. I really appreciated that walk. So we took a walk around the walled gardens and
Mhm,
then we walked around the rest of the grounds.
mhm,
And I remember this cute little bridge that I was like, can we walk on that? Because it looked like old and
mhm.
like it was gonna cave in. And you're just like, fuck it." And you just, like, walk out there, and I'm like, "Oh my god, if you fall through into that river." But then I was like, "Ugh, if he can do it, I can do it." So I walked out there too. But
Just a little encouragement is all you needed.
yeah. I don't even know if you knew that was going through my mind.
No. But the walled gardens, even though we went in the winter and so it wasn't really much of a garden area
Yeah.
because everything was dormant, it was still beautiful. We were the only ones out there in the
Mhm.
morning, so it was a really nice walk. Just really nice. I can imagine how much nicer it'd be when everything's in full bloom, maybe late spring, summertime, maybe
Mhm.
even early fall with different colored leaves on the trees. But it was still lovely. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I bet in the fall it is absolutely beautiful.
Mhm.
We just gotta go back.
Yeah, gotta go back. And this was a place where, because you wanted to stay in a castle, we had looked at a few different options, and through the website, we're able to book this with the dinner included, obviously an upcharge for the dinner,
Mhm.
but came out to a pretty decent deal as far as we thought. A night in this castle and then the dinner as well.
Yeah, because we were staying there in the winter,
Mhm.
it gave us a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So definitely look on the website. If you are looking to stay here and it's kind of off season, you can probably get a deal.
Yeah. And I think that goes for a lot of places. We used to be very Travelocity, Booking.com
Mhm.
people, but now we're definitely cross checking with the website because a lot of times they want you to book right through them to avoid the fees. We'll
Mhm.
still book through Booking.com and Travelocity sometimes because of points or
Mhm.
specials they have going on. But we've been getting a lot more hits on the websites as of recent. So,
Yeah, we have been, which I think is really interesting because we've also been traveling during the off season, or we've been
mhm,
trying to do that. So
right.
I wonder if there's more deals on the websites because of that.
Mhm.
So I wonder if that's also like a suggestion I would have is maybe travel during the off season. You're not gonna get all of the tours and all of the things you might want during the tourist season. So maybe
Mhm.
weigh your options. If that's something that's worth it to you, take it into consideration
For
if
sure.
you're coming here.
Plus, as we will get into in this one, if you come during the off season in Ireland and some of these places, it's gonna be a lot narrower or slimmer
Mhm.
options for you.
Mhm.
Because after the castle, we went to our next stop, Clifden,
Mhm.
and we stayed at the Ben View Inn there.
Oh my gosh, I loved it here. The Ben View Inn was so cute.
Yeah.
It was like the cutest little B&B
Mhm.
in the middle of town.
Yeah.
So cute.
Really great location. Easy access in and out, parking right there. It's not included with it, but street parking is insanely cheap, and then you can just walk the whole town from right there.
Yeah. And we got breakfast every morning there. I think
Mhm.
we missed one morning, but every morning you got the Irish breakfast and I got the pancakes
Mhm.
because there were, I think, 3 options and one of them was smoked salmon,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah, yeah, I believe smoked salmon was one of them, but because you're not a smoked salmon fan, we decided not to go with that so we could still split the breakfast.
Yeah. So we split those breakfasts every morning and the pancakes were incredible there.
Mhm.
So good.
This place is run by Eileen and Des Morris, brother and sister, really fun people. Des was there the majority of the time that we were there, and he gave us lots of suggestions on where to go to eat, what to go to see around the peninsula. Just a really great, fun gentleman.
Yeah, and one of your old family names is Morris, and
It
we didn't
is.
find that out his last name out
Mhm.
until the end,
Yeah.
which is interesting. You guys
Mhm.
could have been related.
Yeah, it could have been. One of my uncles has done some family research, and the Galway, Donegal area is kind of where some of my family is from back before they immigrated to the United States. So who knows? Regardless, really great people. Would suggest staying there, especially in the off season. There are other places you can stay, but this was one that was open.
Yeah, I really appreciated how clean the room was
Mhm.
and the breakfast. I think those are the 2 highlights that I'll give this place, and it's just like a cute and cozy kind of vibe.
Mhm.
So cute. Which I think is what they're going for, and they nailed it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
And all the bed and breakfasts we've stayed in on all of our trips so far, we make sure they have ensuite bathrooms because not our ideal situation to be sharing bathrooms with other people while we're on these trips. So,
yeah, that's a no-go for me.
it had an ensuite bathroom, and this was one that I think we had to book through the website, and I actually had to email back and forth with them.
Mm,
So it's worth the effort to have to book through email or book through someone's website, similar to Rynn and now Ben View. So yeah, I think that's a good suggestion, like you said, is to kind of dig deeper, go into the websites instead of
yeah.
the usual booking or Travelocities.
As far as Clifton goes,
Mhm.
I really loved Clifton. I would compare Clifton and Teelan a little bit because there were cliffs in Clifton. Well, on the outside of Clifton. If you take a drive or if you're a brave soul, a walk down Sky Road, it is incredible. It's so beautiful. We
Mhm.
met a horse. We met 2 horses
Yep.
on this drive, and we stopped over to say hi to them, and they were so sweet, but they get this stunning view all day, every day, and they're just overlooking the ocean, and they have all of this, like, mountainside with tons of fresh grass to eat, like, they're just such happy horses.
Yeah.
It is truly so beautiful, and we loved every minute of exploring around this area.
Mhm. We did so much driving. We did another great hike here. It just another place. There's so much to do.
Yeah.
And like you said, the Sky Road, very well known and for good reason.
Yeah, look up the Sky Road.
Mhm.
It's it's insane with the beauty.
Mhm.
It's just so wild. Ugh, It was so beautiful. We also, like you mentioned, did this hike.
Yeah. We went ahead and did the upper lower diamond loop.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
This was definitely on the All Trails app, a moderate, but it could have been a high difficulty hike for sure.
It was much harder than the first one that we did.
Mhm.
Um, it was much scarier than the first one we did. I wish I knew going in, but then I wouldn't have done it. I'm really proud of us and happy that we did it, and it's a huge accomplishment, I think, that we did it. However, I will say I don't think I wanna do a hike like this again. It was really scary. There were points where I was shaking because we're, like, on the edge of this cliff, and we have to climb basically up these rocks. Um, and at one point, I'm, like, on my hands and knees on these rocks because I'm too short to make the step. And one wrong move, and you're, like, on the bottom.
You weren't gonna fall.
You're
I was
splat.
right there.
Oh my
It
god, it was so scary.
there were some parts where it was steep, and like you said, you had to have both feet down, both hands holding on.
I just don't think I wanna do more hikes like this. I loved the first one that we did. That was probably the extent of what I wanna do
Mhm.
on future hikes. I'm just not the kind of, heights and cliff person that this hike entailed me to be.
But the view at the top was definitely worth it.
The view at the top was so beautiful.
Mhm.
You could see the Abbey from there.
Mhm.
So there's an abbey, called Kylemore?
Yep, Cowboy Abbey.
Kylemore Abbey. Really beautiful. You can see all of the lakes, all of the mountains around you. It was it was pretty cool
Yeah, it was
to be up
stunning.
there.
I enjoyed it. We just have a different sort of liking for because I enjoy those moments where it's like you got to be meticulous with your with where you put your feet and how you climb up things. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was nice. I'm not saying it was better than the first one in Wicklow or the next one when we were in Donegal,
Yeah.
but that view at top, I was blown away by it for
Yeah.
sure. And it's definitely a popular one. There was a pretty good crowd hiking it when we were there, even at this time of year.
Mhm.
So it'd be interesting for people to say if it's even more busy during like high tourist season.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it is. I'm
Mhm.
sure it's really busy. There were quite a bit of people. I enjoyed it. I did like it. And when we got to the top, it felt worth it.
Yeah.
And then we had to come down.
Mhm.
And here's the thing, I fall a lot. I am I'm not a graceful human, okay? I fall. And if I fell on this hike, I would have died. Okay.
Don't get me wrong. There were points where if you would have fallen a very specific way, could someone die? Absolutely. This was a 4-hour hike, almost 5 miles, over 1,200 feet of elevation gain. So not even quite as high as we did on our first one, I don't think.
In the Wicklow Mountains.
Yeah.
It's steeper
Mm.
than the first one, for sure.
Yes, absolutely. That one took longer because you're slowly ascending for a very long time. This is like
Mhm.
you go straight up.
Yeah. No, at one point you're, like, looking down and you're about to go up and you're like, "How the fuck are we getting up there?" I remember looking up and I'm like, "We're not going up there. How that's not possible. You need to rock climb to get up there."
Faced our fears and we did it.
We sure did.
And for people who are listening, if you haven't listened to our Teelan or Wicklow episodes, we did some beautiful hikes on there as well if you're looking for some hikes.
Yeah, and if hiking is not your thing, we have many other things that we did too, so stay tuned.
Mhm.
If hiking is your thing, or even just walking is your thing, I highly recommend you do some hikes
Mhm.
in Ireland because it is stunning here and you will miss out
Yeah.
if you're looking for the nature kind of vibes
Yeah.
from Ireland.
Mhm.
So I'm glad we did them.
Huge part of our trip, of course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, driving it, like we said, Sky Road was lovely. With it being off season, there was supposed to be a coffee cart out there that we tried to go to twice. Just wasn't open for the season yet.
Yeah.
And that was a struggle that you had at this section because there was a lot of places closed.
There were so many places closed. For dinner, every single night, we went to the same place, which was Guy's,
Mhm.
which was incredible.
Minus one night we went to EJ King's.
Oh, yes,
Mhm.
yes. It was incredible and I loved it, but I also really appreciate being able to explore different restaurants
Right.
in a city.
Mhm.
I think it helps me kind of envision what date nights would look like with you.
Yeah.
And I really loved Guys. I think every single meal was delicious.
Mhm.
It was a really cozy atmosphere. EJ King's was really nice too. That was more of like a pub atmosphere.
Yep.
I really did want more restaurants. I was wishing at that time that not everything was closed.
Yeah.
And we met up with Sam,
Mhm.
who we had found he had found us on TikTok.
Yeah.
He plays music and it was incredible. I mean, he plays really good music and I really enjoyed listening and I don't know, exploring the town with him that one night.
Yeah. Yeah. His family's pub is McGrath's, which just happened to be 100 yards from Ben View Inn. Didn't plan that at all. It just turned out that way. He told us that we had to come listen to him play, and we did for a couple nights. Really great. His entire family plays, so we got to hear his grandfather play a little bit. His brother played with him.
Mhm.
And the first night that we met up with him and talked for him a little bit, he took us to Lowry's, another very popular bar pub,
Mhm.
and we met up with some of his friends, and I think his cousin or his uncle
His uncle was playing.
was playing in that pub.
Mhm.
It just felt like such a, I don't know, small town Ireland experience to be like, oh, my brother's playing here tonight with me. Oh, my grandpa, go over to this pub. My uncle's playing here.
Yeah.
Go to McGrath's. There was live music from him and his family pretty much every night we were there. Same with Lowry's. Lots of live music going on in this town. As far as what else we did besides hiking, you had mentioned Kylemore Abbey.
Yeah, it was really fun. We got to learn a lot about the history of the building,
Mhm.
and there are still nuns that are in the building.
They continuously change up how they make money in the area.
Mhm.
And some things that stick and work out well, they keep doing. So one thing that we ended up purchasing was chocolate there, which was delicious. As far as the Abbey as a whole, it's massive.
Mhm.
We came at, I think, close to 2 o'clock, 2:30, and they have free tours of the Abbey, and we did that. And then after that, it was basically closing time. So we didn't actually get a chance to go to the garden, which is beautiful. Another kind of church on the property.
Mhm.
Didn't get to go to that. So if you end up trying to go to Kylemore Abbey, which they suggest, it's beautiful. It's got a beautiful backdrop. You gotta give yourself probably at least 3 full hours before they close.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if you wanna explore and stuff, maybe 4 or 5.
Yeah, for sure. It could definitely be a whole day trip if you wanted
It could
to.
be, yeah.
They have a cafe there, so you could get snacks, breakfast, lunch, it seemed like.
Mhm.
Lots you can do there.
Yeah, it was really beautiful too, and as we were walking out, there was a rainbow. Super cute.
Yeah, yeah.
Coming back to Clifden, when we ate at Guy's, we had some really delicious meals.
Mhm.
The first night, we had butternut squash, coconut, and chili soup. That was divine. Then we also got a Caesar salad and then beef stroganoff.
Mhm.
We had also got on other nights the chicken gojans, the beef stew, which was amazing beef stew, especially paired with a Guinness. I don't know what it is about Irish beef stew, but it really hits. We also got some dessert here,
Mhm.
Moroccan orange cake.
Lovely.
It was so good. And then a pistachio cheesecake.
Yeah.
Also really good.
Yes. Love pistachio.
And then at EJ King's,
Mhm.
we had our first experience with a spice bag.
I think that's a problem it took us this long to have a
It,
spice bag.
it was a problem. It definitely was a problem because it was delicious.
Yes.
And I want one now. Everything is seasoned to perfection. They have a lot of spices on them, and then you can dip them in like a curry sauce, maybe a mustard. So good.
Delicious.
So delicious. And then we also got a chicken sandwich. That was amazing as well. We also got a Bailey's and chocolate cheesecake. That was amazing as well. Yeah. Highly recommend going here, especially if you want kind of like a bar pub environment.
Mhm.
And then for lunch, the day that we were heading out, we went to Griffin's Pub and we got a Haitian chicken with spicy mayo wrap. That was so delicious.
Mhm.
It was so good. I wish that we would have came here sooner because I would have gotten that a lot more.
That was fantastic. This is like dark horse, like one of the best like single items we might have ate.
Honestly, yeah.
Mhm.
We also got a chicken on sourdough sandwich.
Which was good as well.
It was good, but the Haitian chicken with spicy mayo wrap was out of this world.
Mhm. And because it was off season, they didn't have their point of sale system up yet. So it was the only place, I'm pretty sure, on the entire trip that was like you have to use cash.
Mm-hmm.
It was the only place. Otherwise, every place else was tap card and good to go. This was like, yep, still out of season, so cash only.
Yeah. Make sure you have some cash on you and get this wrap.
Yeah.
The restaurants were really nice. I, again, wish that more were open.
Mhm.
I think, though, that Clifden was a really homey kind of town.
Yeah.
It seemed like everybody kind of knows each other. And I really appreciated that at this point in the trip. It seemed like a place that we could envision ourselves a little bit more
Mhm.
than Teelan, which is a really spread out place.
Very like sparsely populated.
Yeah.
You know, it's not you get on a street and walk down and there's a restaurant, house,
Mm-mm.
bunch of different facilities, grocery store. That's not what Teal was, but that's what Clifden was.
Mm-hmm.
At least downtown Clifden. I'm sure it's bigger than just the area that we stayed in. But it was so nice. There wasn't a ton of people. There were a bunch of restaurants just all closed because it was off season. Grocery store that we went into, bunch of pubs. Everyone was friendly to us.
Yeah.
Like I said, the one thing we ran into was not like a ton of coffee places, so you were kind of like,
Yeah, I had a little rough go of it with the coffee situation. I mean, they do have coffee at the bed and breakfast as well. I'm just very picky about my coffee.
You are.
Yeah.
I feel like each place you get a different version of yourself. From Wicklow to Donegal to now County Galway, Clifden. Each place is a different version of me, I feel like.
Yeah.
And this was much more like small town living.
Mm.
You could very easily see yourself living in this small town, having a job, getting groceries, doing laundry, talking to this person, going to the pub, going home is kind of what it felt like to me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like it was easier to envision us here
Mm-hmm.
than in the other places that we visited,
Right.
just because it wasn't, an actual town
Mm-hmm.
where you could walk to places, where you could see other people, where
Right.
there is a grocery store there. Yeah.
But it also wasn't too big because there are some places that are too big. It was like just like the perfect size little town.
And there's all of this beauty surrounding it. I mean,
Mhm.
you walk for 10 minutes and you're on Sky Road,
Mhm.
and it's out of this world beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, is this even real? I mean, at points on Sky Road, I was just like, I can't believe this place is real.
Yeah.
Did you get the feeling here?
No, I don't think so. It wasn't something that really grabbed me. It's again a place where if someone said like, "Hey, you have to live here," would I be happy? Of course.
Yeah.
But it's not some place where I'm like, "We got to move here." This is the place. Just not for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
No, I didn't either. I think I got the feeling slightly more, only because I could see it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It also felt like if we wanted to go do something,
Mhm.
we would have to go out to the bars, to the pubs.
Mhm.
And while that is, a thing that a lot of people go and do, and
Mhm.
there's no hate on that, that's just not something that I see for us all the time. I also think with restaurants being closed, it didn't give me a full picture,
Yeah.
but it gave me a picture of what it would look like outside of tourist season.
Which is such a huge benefit because that's over half the year potentially.
Absolutely.
As far as visiting here, just for someone coming to have a vacation.
Yeah, I would highly recommend coming here. If you're a hiker doing the hike, it is beautiful. I also think the Abbey, walking along the water in some of those spots,
Mhm.
walking around the town, visiting some pubs, drinking some Guinness, doing Sky Road. I
Yep.
think all of these things are definite things that I would come back for. And I would recommend people go and do these things because the beauty here is just, it's life changing. It really is. There were parts of this part of the trip where I felt like my life had changed
Mhm.
just because I was able to see some of this beauty.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. It's a part of some of our travels where you see something or you do something and it's so beautiful that you start to think how small you are
Mhm.
in the world and
Yeah.
how sometimes we catastrophize things in our lives that are really meaningless.
Mhm.
Not to say that things that bother you don't hold any weight, because they certainly do, but I think that sometimes it's important to get that reminder that things are bigger than you,
Yeah.
that the world and the universe is bigger than you.
Mhm.
And I think that's what this part of the trip did for me.
Yeah. I feel that. I really do. I saw this quote the other day that really resonates with that, and I wrote it down. It's wander long enough and even questions start to feel like answers.
Mm.
And that really kinda, like, vibes with that, and I really enjoy what you said there because it's so true. That's exactly what it was. It just kind of let everything else fall away,
Yeah.
all the problems that are in the world right now, appreciate the world and the stillness for
Yeah.
a moment, and I think that's what you can get in a lot of Ireland, and I think that's why a lot of people go to Ireland is to look for that stillness.
Yeah. The
Mhm,
stillness, the quietness, you just get to experience these views that just remind you that the world is so big
mhm.
and much bigger than you.
And even though Ireland is this small island, it's about the size of a lot of our states in the United States. So,
But it's like one of the most beautiful places we've ever been to.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Clifton specifically. I think it's definitely a place that I think we both can agree that if people are looking for a place to go, County Galway and Clifton is definitely a good stop that you should probably go on your trip.
Yeah, I agree.
Anything else you're thinking about this portion of our trip from the castle to the hike, the beach, any places we ate, the people.
I really loved it here. So beautiful. Just totally worth it. Even if you just do a trip from Dublin to Clifden and you rent a car for that. Maybe go to our next stop too,
Mhm.
because our next stop was one of my favorites. I do think that renting a car is totally worth it in Ireland.
Mhm.
Now, you do have a lot of small roads.
Mhm.
And I think going into Clifton, there were also cliffs that we were driving on the edge of
Oh,
as well.
definitely at points, yeah.
Yeah, just be careful. Be
Mhm.
careful out there.
Mhm.
But I think it's worth it to rent a car.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
I think the way we did this trip too was so beautiful
Mhm.
because we went from the Wicklow Mountains by Dublin. We did a long trip all the way to Donegal, which is stunning, but it's very isolated.
Mhm.
And then we did Lough Castle just for the one night. It kind of gave us that breather of we're not going to do our hikes. We're just going to rest here, eat food. We're going to enjoy ourselves. It gave us that night.
Mhm.
And then we went to Clifton, and there's just this indescribable beauty. And after that rest night, I think it helped us appreciate it so much more. So I think we crafted this trip very nicely. And I think that if people wanted to, they could use our trip as a reference of what they should do
For
because
sure.
I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think it was a really good blueprint. Of course, you're never gonna get everything right in a trip. Someone's gonna say, "Oh, you didn't go into Northern Ireland, you didn't see Giant's Causeway, Belfast." Of course, we didn't go all the way to the southern points of Ireland,
Hmm.
didn't get to see a lot of the East Coast, but this was a really good blueprint for people to maybe copy, use parts of for their own trip.
Yeah. And it was a nice starting point for Ireland. Like, I think we should go back and see the places that we haven't seen in the future, right? But I think this was a really good starting point for me because you've seen Ireland, but for me to see Ireland for the first time.
Yeah.
I just really love the way we did it.
Yeah.
What about you? Do you have any final points or any thoughts?
Clifton's great, and I think there's a lot to do. We even had a day where it was pretty much rainy the whole day, and we were just able to go on a drive and see the scenery from the car, which sometimes isn't always great, but here there's a lot of great roads to drive on
Mhm.
and just marvel at the beauty. Like you've said, we've said so many times, it is just gorgeous out there. You have to see it. None of our pictures are going to do it justice. None of our videos are going to do it justice because we didn't videotape and record 24/7. There were plenty of times that we passed somewhere like, oh, we should have gotten a picture of that
Yeah.
because it is something that you have to see.
Yeah, we're still new to this.
Yeah.
We're still babies.
In the town of Clifton, it could just be a nice time to go stay there, go to some pubs, go to some restaurants, go do a few hikes. It seems like a great town to go do that.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
really enjoyed it, but I'm really excited for our next episode as well.
I am too. I loved it here.
Mhm.
Our next episode is about Dingle, which is also gorgeous. And we will talk about all of the pubs, all of the local spots that we went to, along with a hike where we got ran off by a sheep. So stay tuned for that. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at WSMH Travels.
You can listen to our podcast on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. YouTube is where we have our video record version, including pictures and videos from our trip. Please continue to leave your comments and sending us messages on what you liked from our trips and suggestions for future trips. We really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for listening. Until next time.